welcome to Live at 5 on Monday, June the 6th. And we have a very special guest today, Megan Fairchild, who's...
You know her from On the Town.
You know her from On the Town.
Miss Turnstiles.
Exactly.
But now she's going to go do Finian's Rainbow at the Irish Rep on June 13th.
Yeah, day after the Tonys.
Pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to it. There's a lot of news.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to go and interview Mr. Sean Hayes tonight.
Yes.
Good luck.
The opening of An Act of God.
Last time I interviewed him, the only time I've interviewed him, he took the microphone off me 3 times.
He was very amused by you. I don't know why, but he was. But anyway, yes, it's the second coming of An Act of God. But there's news besides that.
There is news beside that. Okay, so Joe Mantello, who's Tony nominated for his direction of The Humans this year, also directed Blackbird on Broadway.
Also a little show called Wicked.
Yeah.
Plus he's an actor, as we know.
Anyway, he's going to be starring in The Glass Menagerie opposite Sally Field, and American Horror Stories, Finn Wittrock and Madison Ferris will also be
Finn
appearing
Wittrock
up.
is also in Death of a Salesman. And back to Broadway.
That is happening in spring next year at the
That's
Golden
exciting.
Theatre, which
Even
is a
though
lovely
we
theatre.
just had one.
2013.
But you can never get enough Tennessee Williams. That's just a rule.
And I think Sally Field is incredible. I look forward to seeing her on stage.
Yeah.
And
she was in The Goat. I'm just going to say random things.
You are. King and I's closing,
Yeah.
sadly, June the 26th, but 538 performances. That's
Pretty
a very
impressive.
good run at that very big theatre. So get down and see Marin and Daniel before June the 26th. Drama Desk Awards were last night, of course. Have a look at the photographs up on the site. Shuffle Along, She Loves Me, and The Humans had very good nights. Now, obviously, Hamilton was at the Drama Desk last year.
That's
So,
what that's about. When you're wondering why it's not on the list, you have to look at last year's list.
So we shall see what happens on June the 13th. But then
June the 12th.
So it's June the 12th. I'm thinking of Finian's Rainbow now on June the 13th. Okay, speaking of the Tony Awards.
Yes.
Carpool Karaoke tonight is Broadway. So you've got Lynn.
Broadway people.
Broadway people. So you've got Lin-Manuel Miranda, Jane Krakowski, Jessie Tyler Ferguson, and Audra McDonald with Corden.
I mean, that's a good car of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Don't know who's in the front seat or who's in the back
No,
seat?
Lynn's in the front.
Oh, Lynn's in the
There was a
front.
little teaser today.
Ah.
Yeah. Lynn's in the front. So maybe Lynn and Corden have a little bit of a moment before the others get in, perhaps? Maybe?
No idea.
We don't know,
No
but
idea.
tune into
Maybe
the
Audra's a
late show
backseat
tonight.
driver. We don't know.
I could imagine that, actually. Also was announced today, Angela Lansbury, Neil Patrick Harris, and many more will be presenting at the Tony Awards on June the 12th. And also, interesting list, Gary Barlow, who you may not know about. But if you go
someone
to the
had
site,
him on
there is
the
a
wall
very
as a
important
teenager.
feature on the site, on Broadway.com, explaining all about why Gary Barlow is so important.
He also wrote Finding Neverland.
Finding Neverland was in, take that. Anyway, he's doing the opening number of the Tonys. He's writing that. So that's, I'm loving
I'm
that.
about to go interview David Jaberbaum, who wrote the opening number of the Tonys. It's not just for gays anymore. That year.
That year.
Yeah.
Well, I have high hopes. I love Gary.
That's good.
So
That's all good.
that's all good. Okay, some sad news now.
Yeah.
About Peter Shaffer, who's the Tony and Oscar-winning writer of Equus and Amadeus. He's died at age 90.
Yeah.
But what a career.
Amazing writer.
Amazing writer. Happier news. Philippa Sue is joining the cast of Disney's Moana. Is that
Written
how
by
you say it?
Moana.
Moana, which has got songs by Lin-Manuel Miranda in. So it all comes-
Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to work with Philippa Sue again.
all goes full
Yay.
circle. Leading odds and ends today, Aaron Tveit, your Broadway boyfriend. He's got
Not
another
just yours,
solo
ours.
show coming up on the Boston stage on August the 11th. So
we're
it's probably
all
already
taking
sold
the
out
train
now.
to Boston on August 10th.
We are, absolutely. Also in odds and ends today, because it's a roundup of the weekend news, Megan Hilty has got a very big TV gig. She is going to be in the First Wives Club on TV, reboot
Cool.
by TV Land. So well
That's
done, Megan
fun.
Hilty, Tony nominee for this year.
Eclipse is heading west.
It is to the Curran Theatre in San Francisco. And J.K. Rowling, of course, Cursed Child begins previews tomorrow, everybody, in the West End. And she's got a warning about spoilers. So have a look at Odds and Ends Day.
She'll put a
video.
spell on you if you spoil
She
it.
will. She will. So that's about it. So you go and deal with openings and things.
I
And we're
will.
going to welcome the incredibly beautiful Megan Fairchild.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Live at 5. Thank you for doing this. So you're obviously doing Ivy Smith on the Town a long time on Broadway, and then you just recently reprised that in San Francisco. Is that right?
Yes, we had
How
a fun
did that
time. It was awesome. We did 4 concert performances with the San Francisco Symphony.
Amazing.
And Tony Yazbek was there too.
We love Tony.
Alicia. J. Armstrong Johnson, and Clyde Alves.
So all your faves.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, we had a little reunion.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't think many shows get that opportunity.
No, they sort of don't
That
really,
was cool.
especially so soon, sort of after the big Broadway run.
Yeah.
Now, talking about Finian's Rainbow, because it's happening the day after the Tonys, and it's like a gala, isn't it?
Yes. I don't know much about it. I haven't started rehearsals yet.
Oh, we love that. It's only in 7 days' time. So talk to me about this galas, because it's a one-night only thing, and there are incredible people involved. So who's on board?
I don't even know. Malcolm Getz is involved. He's my scene partner for most of the time, but I've never even met him yet. I know Max von Essen from American in Paris because of my brother Robbie.
Yeah.
And so he's in it, and then that's all I know. And I'm meeting everybody tomorrow for the first day.
And then, so do you can you have a script, or do you have to learn all your lines?
Well, actually, I don't. I have like maybe 1 or 2 lines at the very end. I'm playing a character called Susan the Silent. And
excellent. This is if you're going to do a one-night only performance, I think quite frankly you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
instead of speaking, I communicate with the dance.
Amazing.
So
that's right up your street.
Yeah. So I can learn choreography quickly, and so we're just doing that really quickly. So I think I just kind of listen to everybody else do their lines and then do my little ditty.
And so where's this taking place? This is Irish Rep, is that right?
Yes, it's at Town Hall.
Okay, in New York City.
Yeah. Next Monday.
And is Saoirse Ronan, so Saoirse Ronan's doing it? She's hosting it, I think. Yes, hosting it.
Yes.
And I think I almost said Saoirse Ronan right. I'm sure they'll tell me if I didn't. Of course, she's nominated for a Tony the night before. It's all happening. So when you're going in for one night only, I mean, have you got dressing room rituals to get you into the zone? Because I mean, that's got to be pretty scary.
It is gonna be scary. You know, I do lots of little ballet gigs like this that are one night only performances, but it's things that I'm very used to.
Yeah.
And still the Broadway world is very new to me, so it's all very thrilling, and I just kind of get used to throwing myself out there and going for the ride.
And do you have like crystals and stuff? I was talking to Ben Wishaw the other day. He has crystals. If I go into Sierra Boggess's dressing room, which I often do, tons of crystals and sage, and I mean, there's a zone going on.
I have a couple little stones, and I also have like a little doll that Alicia Umfris gave me that's always on my dressing room spot, and like little knickknacks. But mostly, the ritual is for the mind, like putting your makeup on is kind of a quiet moment.
And
or a loud moment if you play lots of music.
So if you're on a 2-show day, would you take your makeup off and then put it back on again? Because I know some actors do that to get you into character. Or
no, it's exhausting.
You just leave it on.
For the 8 shows a week thing, no, I just leave it on and I eat and sleep.
Now, you've been a principal dancer with the New York City Ballet, and is this right, since 2005?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how are you not injured? I mean, seriously, because it's 2016, it's 11 years. I mean, that's amazing.
Knock on wood.
But I mean, what do you do? I mean, what's your secret to that success?
I do
that's
a lot. I see the chiropractor religiously every week. When I did on the town, since it was so repetitive, the same movements, I saw him twice a week.
Yeah.
And I do Pilates and gyrotonics to cross train from ballet, but really just after that many years, you kind of get more and more knowledgeable about your body, and you know its quirks, and you know your limits, so you kind of just
presumably nutrition has to be very important as well. I mean,
we always are eating. So that's, we just eat. We eat a lot.
Now, obviously, your brother is Robbie Fairchild.
Yes.
Can I call him Robbie? Everyone seems to call him Robbie.
Yeah, he's Robbie.
So, I mean, were you sort of sharing tips, because you were both on Broadway at the same time, which was this extraordinary moment to have these siblings on Broadway. So were you sharing tips about how to get through?
Kind of. I most recently remember sharing tips with him about how to emotionally deal with the close of a show.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're going to have nights free. Like, it's really going to be amazing. I had to, explain to him why it's okay, you know.
But he's going to London. He's fine. He's doing amazing.
Yeah.
Have you been to London before?
I have on tour with the New York City Ballet, and I'm going to go see him.
Well, yeah, you have to go and see him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely, you've got to be there. And Leanne, of course, Britt going back home.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Okay, so you're from Utah.
Mm-hmm.
When did you decide that ballet was for you? I mean, when did you fall in love with the art?
I always did tap, jazz, and ballet, but
so this was like when you were little. Your mum
at 4. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
is Robbie? Robbie's older.
He's 3 years younger.
That's right. He's younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thanks. And I saw the Nutcracker when I was 8, and I saw these little girls come out of the
Yeah.
Mother Ginger skirt,
Okay.
and I was like, that's not fair. I want to be on stage too. And so I auditioned the next year and got in, and I've been in the Nutcracker every year since then, except for the year I did On the Town.
Okay.
And so that is a way they kind of get us all.
Have you got any tips? Because I know a lot of people will be watching this and they'd love to do what you do one day. Have you got any tips for any sort of aspiring up and comers?
Yeah. I think my best piece of advice is that I think when you're younger, everybody's trying to like fit in and look the same.
Mhm.
And I was always worried I was too short, you know? And what is unique about you ends up being the thing that is very useful to someone. Maybe that they needed to find a partner for a short guy.
Yeah.
And so it like kind of catapulted me like faster than a normal promotion would happen. And so you kind of have to learn to embrace the things that are different about yourself, and also really know what your strengths are and capitalize on those.
That's incredible advice.
Because everybody's different, and it's really easy, especially as a ballet dancer, because you know you're
to look
in front of a mirror every single day and comparing to the next person next to you, and you're going through puberty and everybody's growing, and it can be really stressful, and you kind of have to just like put your head down and keep working really hard every day and not worry about comparing.
That's incredible advice. Now you've done the sort of miraculous pivot as well, because you're a ballet dancer, but then you make your Broadway debut in this fantastic musical. What are your sort of goals moving forward? Do you want to do more Broadway? I mean, where have you got any dream roles that you'd love to do?
I don't have a dream role yet, but I kind of I kind of fell in love with the whole singing thing, and I'm obsessed with Broadway now. I've been seeing so many musicals this year, so
What musical stood out for you this year apart from Hamilton?
I know,
Everyone's called it
Hamilton.
that. Okay, we love Hamilton. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's going to do very well on Sunday, etc. Apart from Hamilton, which nobody can get a ticket to, what else have you seen? That you
I
thought
just
was
saw
good?
Fiddler for the second time.
Oh, wow.
On Tuesday, and I loved that show. I love any show that that has movement and dance and momentum like that. A show that gets its life through the music kind of coming alive through movement.
Are you going to go see Cats?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a bunch of good friends.
Do you?
From New York City Ballet and On the Town.
I did notice that when I was yes, a lot of On the Town alums are going
so
to
I
be
absolutely
in there.
have to go.
You'll be in trouble.
I've been hearing about this for a while now, so I'm super happy for all my friends.
It's all good. Now, are there any dream people? So Norm Lewis famously told us for years that he wanted to be Phantom on Broadway. So that was his goal. Now, you said you don't really have a goal role, but do you have any goal people that you'd love to work with?
Oh my God, that's way too big of a question.
Really?
To even get to do any Broadway anything
Okay.
is just such a huge opportunity, so I'm not going to limit
Just
myself.
you're open. I love that. You're just open to it all. Okay then. Well, Megan, thank you for coming in. Now,
Thanks for
everybody,
having me.
let's get this right. So it's Finian's Rainbow Monday. Tickets available at Irish Rep. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And you get to see this wonderful women dance. Thank you so much for joining us live at 5 as we will see you tomorrow. Good night. Have a good evening.